Yeah, this is a wrap. It's game over. Game over for those Globetars, man. Absolute game over. The 24-hour sun at the south and the North Pole are nothing more than the magnetic field. That's it. The North Pole, the South Pole, the equator has this effect as well. When I look at the firmament now, I look at it like a magnifying glass. That literally is the North Pole. There is another one that's called the South Pole, and it's made out of stars and constellations and the planets, the wandering planets, and the sun, which should move with them. If this whole yearly effect that we have is caused by the tilt of the Earth, according to globalists, because according to the tilt, the sun and the stars and the constellations, everything you see up there should tilt with it. It doesn't happen at the South Pole, that doesn't happen at the North Pole. Instead, they seem to move if you're a significant distance away from the poles. It seems like the poles move around, and actually that whole thing kind of cancels out at the equator, where you basically get a whole nother set of stars that are related to the equator, and they just go straight across, and they move an insignificant amount, maybe like 30 degrees. That's it. That's all throughout the whole year. Like, not a 180 or anything like that, but you would get on a ball, because it doesn't matter which side is being tilted, they all get tilted the same amount of degrees. And yeah, so it's literally impossible what you're about to see. You're going to see the sun and the planets moving in drastic changes. I have it at the perfect angle so that you can actually see. Look, you see how north this is? They say this area is supposed to have 6 hours of daylight and 6 hours of night. You see? I mean, my bad, 6 months of day and 6 months of night. See? You see? Alaska. From November to January. Does Alaska, see? I don't want this thing bugging out and losing where I got it set, but so yeah, what you're about to see is at a location that is probably above Alaska, is near the North Pole. As you can see on the map there, you're gonna see a 24-hour day. Not a 24-hour day, but you're gonna see that they have night. They don't have night at all. Like, they never. They don't have like a 24-hour night. Like, they tried to say that they have a 24-hour night, 6 months of night. That doesn't occur. That doesn't occur at all. They don't have any months of pure night. Like, there's some sunlight even on the winter solstice, as you can see right here. Shouldn't be possible on a ball, but the North Pole kind of grabs and distorts light and all this stuff. It's pretty interesting. Let me play this, I guess. Yeah. You see, the sun comes up because you see how these are just going in a circle? That's how it is. It's just right above you. It's right above you. The only thing that moves around is the sun and the planets. That's about it. The firmament doesn't change. It's the ether. It is the ether. It's a part of the magnetic field. It just spins around. There's a north pole on the magnetic field that spins one way, and then there's a south pole that spins the other direction. You see, now it's going the other direction. That's all it is. That's why even at the equator, you'll see this kind of effect. And then they tried to take it down too. They tried to take that video down. I'll show you. See, this shouldn't at the equator it should just, east to west. That's what it should be, right? That's not what you get though. Instead you get this. Only a small portion of it goes east to west, and then you get that. Because that's how powerful and magical the electromagnetic field is. That in that small of a distance, it does that. That's not perspective, man. I've already explained this. That's warping. That's warping stuff. Like, you know what I mean? That's how you can get this effect. Where even at the North Pole, you're actually getting light. And it's probably actually worse in real life, as you can tell. Like, but they had to have a way of explaining certain things, so the truth had a way of showing itself. And this is at the winter solstice. There shouldn't be no light here, like, for 6 months. Like, this is the 3 months before this and the 3 months after this shouldn't have no light. As you can tell, it has plenty of light, plenty, because of that magnifying effect. And as you can tell, the only thing that's changing is the sun and the planets. The firmament, it constantly spins the same. Whether it's South Pole or North Pole, that's because it's a magnetic field that's just spinning above us. There's a North Pole, there's a South Pole, and there's an equator. Like I said, there's an end for the ball Earth, you see? I go a month ahead, look at the big difference. But the stars, their perspective hasn't changed at all. It's just the sun and all of them, because those are called wandering stars. You see, they're inside of the firmament. The stars that are on the outside that don't change, those are the firmament. That's the ether that powers everything. And they move around in it. And there's another month. You'll see that once again the sun and the planets have changed position. But these other objects that should change, if this is changing based on tilt. And by the way, how the hell do we have all these planets to our northern, to our north right now? I could probably get it to the south too, and the north at the same time. It's a pretty good angle I have. I'm gonna finish going to the north though. You see, they're the only thing changing. It's just obvious. And I go forward another month. Now it's going back away. Now it's around the horizon another month. Let's see what it's looking like at the south. I already see them. So how the hell is the moon visible at the south and the north pole at the same time? Yep, this is so the moon is really visible at the south and the north in one day, in the same day. You know how trippy that would really be? You really know how trippy that would be? Like, to have the moon and the sun, now that I think about it, on both sides of the both poles in the same month, like every day. That's why they trying to say when one is up, the other one is dark, because it's supposed to be impossible. Like, you should try that on the ball. Try lighting up both sides of the fucking ball at once. Good luck with that, bro. Good fucking luck with that. But since that's how we get a 24-hour sunlight at the South Pole, because it's able to be in more than one place at once, literally. The sky in this world is like a hologram, man. It's in our heads, bro. It's really just really in our heads. It's really what it is. And this is deep. Like, these are deep angles, man. You see how deep that is? Like, so it's obviously seeing Sirius, the moon, the sun, Venus, all these planets. At the south, what about the north? Seeing them still seeing the sun, the moon, Mercury, basically all the same stuff. So the planets are somehow on the north side of our planet and the south side of our planet at the same time, so we don't have any night. That's what that means technically. But the only reason this happens at the north and south poles is because of magnification. This warping of light and all this stuff that these poles do. And that's why when we go to the equator, it pulls them inward and only takes up 33 degrees, you see? Or I didn't mean to say 33 degrees, but 30 degrees. You know, I was saying that I think that they had these kind of degrees for a reason, you know what I mean? Like, it's in politics and stuff. That's what I was trying to get at, because, like, for example, look at the angle I'm at right now. I noticed another angle that was pretty interesting. That was another interesting numeric, if you'll catch my drift. But, like, these guys know about this stuff. They put the numbers right in our faces and stuff, man. Like, this is only happening because of the poles. This can't happen at the equator. I'll show you. Like you're not gonna get that. Like, where it's like sunlight. You're not gonna get sunlight in China and America at the same time. But you can get that at the poles because of the way they warp things. That's why you can see all the planets at the north and south pole at the same time. That's impossible on a ball. That's impossible on a regular flat Earth too. It has to be electromagnetic flat Earth, because you got the firmament from the flat Earth, and then you got the stars and the wandering planets and all that are inside of the firmament that are able to do this kind of movement. And then you got the division of the waters of the below and above. You know, the waters above from the ones below, and that's the firmament. Like, that's literally where there's this great division. The waters rotate totally different afterwards. It's just unbelievable. It's crazy watching. This really should be impossible, bro. Like, see how far we are up there, bro? Like, let me go to the equator so you can, in case you didn't watch that. Because this video is pretty much like a well done. Because I really understand it now. Like, so at winter solstice, the sun basically goes right across. Let's make it total winter solstice. Because the equator also warps this stuff so that it comes towards it. It's another pole. The equator is a pole as well. They're not letting us know that. And it's probably the most important one. It looks like you can see the dome too in this. Like, do you see it? You see how it's like deeper? And then on the sides it looks closer. Like the dome. Look. Let me slow it down. Watch it. You see in the middle part how it looks farther away, and then the side parts look. I'd already put it all the way down. Look, the middle part, and then the sides look closer. They look closer. You know what I mean? That's broken, dude. Like, that's because this is the dielectric, so it's probably the opposite of the other ones. It might be expanding things, but somehow attracting them at the same time. Because the dielectric field interacts with the magnetics, so they found in science that everything really does diverge to the equator. That's why You're lighter at the equator, everything works better. This can't happen. Like, this is this is literally like, you see the difference between this though and that what I showed you earlier? Watch, remember the difference? Remember? Look at that. Does it do that in that little simulation? No, it doesn't do full 360s like that. This is like showing that the simulations ain't even showing how broken it is. It happens immediately. It happens immediately at the equator. You ain't gotta go far. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. Let me pause this so I can go through the whole year and show you. Doesn't matter. Still same position. And they're not like changing their spin. They're not like going off into the corners like that thing showed. But the moment you give it any kind of latitude, oh, I wasn't even at 0 latitude either. Wow, whole time. It's going straight across pretty much. This is supposed to be a 180-degree change. I don't see no 180-degree change. I see it spinning over, and that's probably its form of it. Because with the other ones, it spins around. With this one, it just goes straight across. I think this has to do with that comet that started it all. That basically is the Milky Way, and it looks like it goes straight across here. But see how it goes straight across? The Milky Way. But if you go to 90, you see how it tilts? Oh my god, you know what I just realized? The equator is the fucking poles, bro. Do you see this? That same thing that was at the equator. Oh my god, look at this. It's going from south to north to east to west. Like, that's what it basically did, bro. Like, it basically, it's the same fucking thing. It only made it about 45 degrees though. Probably because it's only halfway. That's probably because it's only halfway. It would make it all the way if you included the distance from north to south. Let's see. But you can't see it there because that's the light now. I'll see. Oh, that's so cool. Let me flip-flop it though. Oh man, that's so cool, bro. Live and learn. Yep. It's a flip-flop. I knew it. Watch. It's right there, bro. Let me flip. You see it moving right there. It's like on both sides. So this thing is like the magnetic pole, bro. Like, the magnetic pole is the what they're calling the Milky Way. Like, I knew it. That's what the comet was like, and it left this infinite little echo going thing. This is so cool, bro. Like, god damn. It's a shame nobody's gonna get this or care, because, you know, this world is something else. We probably get a thumbs down for this. Anything, I already know. It's kind of cruddy people there. So up here it spins, and then on the south obviously it spins as well. But at the other part it goes straight across. But it's the same thing. And this is showing how the magnetic field works. At the center part it goes straight across. At the top it spins, and at the bottom it spins the other way. This is undeniable proof, bro. We live in an electromagnetic, dielectric hologram that is projected from that dielectric. Undeniable. Watch it. Watch them straighten out and become a cross. Straight across. You see how it straightens out now? Wow, man, that's so crazy, bro. Like, let me do it from the middle, so it'll be more obvious. Watch how it tilts. And now it starts to spin. You see? That is so unbelievable. Even goes to the full day, because it's full day there. Like, especially right now because it's in the middle part. Wow, this is so cool. And I could go to the north, it's doing the same thing. These are, one's supposed to be dark, one's supposed to be light. Not both of them light at the same time. Like if I go to 21, they'll both be light. That is so fucking cool, bro. And if I straighten it out, watch. Now everything's gonna go straight. So everything's moving in that magnetic field, which is really, at the center of our planet is spinning straight across like this, but at the poles is spinning in a circle. This is so fucking unbelievable, bro. Like, I always want to redo it, but it's better to y'all see how I discover these kind of things. Even if you guys hate me for it, I don't really care. It's better you see how I learned it so you can maybe learn how to use your brain too. That way maybe I can rush back a little bit, but I already know I gotta do everything like usual. But it would be nice to get a little support, you know. You know, they pay experts to make up lies all day, and I just basically debunked all that bullshit. This is so cool. It seems like in the day it's more stable, and in the night it gets like depth perception, and it gets like a spin to it. It looks like a spin at night, you know what I mean? That could explain the differences in speed and time that I've noticed. That is so unbelievable, bro. Like I have to look into this deeper, but that's enough for now. It's already late, and wow, just wow, bro.